Meet Nikki. Nikki opened a new boutique and needs a website. She hired you and your company to make her website. But how are you going to make it stand out among the 1.8 billion websites on the internet today? You make it stand out by creating a cutting-edge design that will wow all users and Nikki, and you leave it at that. 3 years later, Nikki calls you and says that when she looks at the numbers for her website, she notices there are less and less customers on her site. You offer the most common solution, a website redesign. She doesn't seem too excited about that option because it seems like the website just went up. And honestly, neither are you. It's a lot of work to totally redesign and develop a website, but currently there aren't any other solutions available. Through research, I have learned that websites' lifespan are usually 2 years and 7 months when not implementing updates. I have also learned that new trends year to year will exponentially extend websites' lifespans. And that's exactly what Trend.js does. It combines Angular, APIs, and components to infuse yearly trends to any website. Trend.js will be an all-encompassing solution broken into 3 sections: a tool for developers, a company, and a community. The Trend.js framework will be used as a tool to update websites yearly with new trends. This will extend the lifespan of the websites developers are managing and keep them fresh and up to date. This is done by building Trend.js from Angular. When I compared the top 3 JavaScript frameworks to the top 3 trends in the last 5 years, Angular already accommodated the most. Trend.js will also use APIs for easy connection to any website. The way new trends get applied to websites is through components. Components are little units of code that make it easy to separate each trend for better use. This is the biggest piece of the Trend.js solution and will be the most used. The next piece of Trend.js is the business aspect. The business section will provide a highly functioning website that will need year-round updates. Staff to research new trends year by year are needed to keep the evolving framework current. There will also be customer and developer support provided through the website. The last piece of Trend.js as a solution is a community. As a community, Trend.js provides an opportunity for developers to network, become more skilled using Trend.js, and display their cool projects. They can also participate in collaborations and impact decisions about what new trends Trend.js incorporates into the framework. Trend.js as a framework provides a physical solution, as a community provides a supporting solution, and as a business provides a maintenance solution. But what makes Trend.js the best solution? Let's look at a couple case studies, the Norse Medical Library website and the American Scientist Magazine website. They both did complete redesigns, Norse Medical Library back in 2015 and the American Scientist Magazine in 2016. They both had issues with user experiences and wanted to update that in their new website. The issues that the Norse Medical Library had were that the most used parts of their website were not visible on their homepage, and that necessary resources were hard to find by users, and also that the physical library had changed and updated, and they wanted their website to reflect that. A couple solutions and trends that could solve those issues is scrolling. Back in 2016, scrolling down a long homepage was a trend. So they could have implemented the parts that were not visible on the homepage to the homepage by adding this trend. They also could have added direct chat applications, which could provide support to any users from the homepage, and they would be able to find whatever they needed. They also could have used images over text, which was another trend that came out in 2016. This would have helped match the updated look of the physical library building onto their website. They could have used images of the new layout of the library and how they updated and put it on their website and minimized text. The American Scientist magazine had more specific issues. They needed to integrate images and videos onto their website. They wanted relative content based on visitor preferences and to create alignment between technology and visually appealing customizations. They could have done that with trends in 2017 by making customizations even more custom by adding 3D elements, bold colors, and animations, or even custom graphics. They could have addressed the image and video integration with cinemagraphs, which is a image that you could put on your website and part of it moves. Another issue both of these websites had was responsive web design. Mobile web design became a new trend in 2010, and forms of it are still a trend today. It is one of the biggest trends that have become a standard throughout time. So if they were able to use trend.js back before they did their updates, they could have used it to implement mobile web design and already been ahead of what would become a standard. So what are the next steps? How do we turn trend.js from an idea to a reality? The first thing we would do is turn the creation of trend.js into a project. With a project, you'll have a project manager that will help find funding, set goals to keep the project moving in an organized fashion, and also be the ambassador between the project stakeholders and developers. We would also turn trend.js into a project, which means we would need a marketing team and create a full campaign to get the word out that trend.js can help solve outdated website issues. It would also need to be continually marketed for years to come since it's an evolving product. And lastly, we would need trend.js community to shine. Community developers who want to create a more meaningful way to update websites. We need community members to help each other get the most out of trend.js. We need passionate people who will share their experiences when using trend.js. This community will also create a path for trend.js to grow and prosper. So how are you going to make Nikki's website stand out among 1.8 billion websites on the internet today? I'll tell you how. You're going to use trend.js, which will not only give a cutting-edge design the first time you create it, but ensure the design of her website stays modern indefinitely.